Hi, today I'm going to be introducing you to something called EdPuzzle, and I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with this, so this is just going to be a quick basic overview to give you an idea of what is possible. And as it says on here, what you're going to do is make any video your lesson. So this is simply found at edpuzzle.com, and you are going to go ahead and log in if you've already created an account. Otherwise, you are going to sign up. Signing up, super easy. In fact, you can actually do it with your Google sign-in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in now. Obviously, I'm going to select that I'm a teacher. And after I log in, what's going to come up is basically your desktop, I guess if you want to call it, your landing page. And on your landing page, you are going to see a couple of things. It's going to show your most recent videos that you have put on or uploaded. You're going to have your My Content Home, Curriculum, O'Neill Middle School, and like I said, My Content. That Add Content button is over on the top right-hand corner. And it also has something for My Classes. Now what's really cool is you see that it actually says Google Classroom. So you can import your Google Classes through there. Or you can create a new classroom if that's something that you're interested in doing. So how do you go ahead and create content? There are a couple of different ways that you can do this. All right. You can look for content that's already been created, or you can decide to create your own. As you'll see, there are quite a few lessons that are already in here from other O'Neill Middle School teachers. We've got 18 different teachers that are already on EdPuzzle, so they would also be a really good resource for you. And it's a really good way for you to be able to share lessons to each other as well. So let's say if Danielle Science has created something that the rest of the 8th grade ELA teachers want to use, then it's all right here and it would be easy for you to go ahead and assign that one. But let's say you want to go ahead and create your own content for your students. So you're going to have to decide how you want to add that content. So you have a couple of different ways. You can create a video picking from EdPuzzle ones that are already out there. They have different categories that you can look through and see if there's anything in a category that you are interested in. So otherwise, you can go back and click on Add Content. You can upload a video, either drag it from your desktop if you have it on your desktop, or you can go and find one from your Google Drive. All right. So those are different ways that you can put a video right up onto your content area. Or another way that you can do it is if you look over on the left-hand side, you can scroll down and there's a, for example, let's say I want to put in a YouTube video that maybe I've created, or maybe one that I have found on YouTube that I want to use and have the students respond to questions. So I would just put the URL link right in that box that says YouTube, and then the video that I want to work with is going to populate right here. So this is the video. Now it gives you a couple of different options of what you can do. You can obviously cut the length of the video. Let's say this is way too long for the kids. And if you notice, there are these bars on either side in the blue part. So you can basically move them and adjust it and decide how long you want the video to be for your students, which is really nice because if you, like I said, if you don't want the whole thing, it makes it nicer for you to really focus on what you want the kids to learn. The next one would be a voiceover. Now this would work if you created your own video, you're not using something from YouTube, because obviously YouTube is saying you can't do this anymore. So that's just something to be aware of, that you're not able to do a voiceover. The biggest thing you're going to be looking at primarily will be questions. So let's say now you have decided that you want to do a multiple choice question. All you have to do is move the little black bar, the little black dot at the bottom to the exact spot in the video that you want to have your question located. So you type in your question, and then there's a little green check mark. Now that's telling you that's going to be the correct answer. And you should be able to move these around a little bit so it's not like every single time that first one is going to be the correct answer. But this one I'm going to go ahead and put my correct answer in. And I'm going to add a couple of other choices for the students as well. Once you're done, you're going to go ahead and click Save, and then you're going to move on to another part of the video where you might want to ask a question. So let's say now the next thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and you want to add, say, an open-ended question. You basically keep doing this as many times as you want. You can also, like I said, add a note if you wanted to add a note into it. So there are lots of different possibilities for what you can do with your video to make it more of a lesson for the students. Once you've placed all the questions that you want, then you can go ahead and click on Finish. So now you're ready to basically assign this to your students. So it'll show you really quick all the questions that you have listed at what times they appear, and then you just go ahead and click Assign. Once you click Assign, you'll see that it gives you when you can start it, when it is due. It gives you the power to not allow students to skip ahead. It shows you how you can assign what class you want to assign it to. You can turn on closed caption if you want. So there's some other different possibilities for you to work with as well. Hopefully this quick introduction just gave you a little taste of what you can do with EdPuzzle and a different way for you to maybe connect with your students, especially when you're working in a remote environment. As always, please don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have any questions.